As anyone who has watched any video on this channel knows, I collect Blu-rays, and I especially tend to go towards Blu-ray labels that have a particular brand and put a particular care in the releases that they do. Now, today I'm going to be talking about a company called the Film Detective. And what's interesting about them is that for a long time, they had a particular brand that was a little bit above bargain bin fine. Now, I don't know their complete history, but from what I can tell, they would take prints or find the best available versions of prints and release them on DVD and Blu-ray. The thing that separated them from the companies that I really love and would check out is that they didn't really do much special feature stuff. It would just be the film on disc, no remastering done, just a print thrown up. Now, I don't need mastering on everything, but I do like special features to give me context of what I'm watching. But that's recently changed with the company. They did a version of Ega that was packed with special features. They did a special edition of Fist of Fear, Touch of Death, one of the weirdest Bruceploitation films ever made, that me and my pal Will Sloan from the Important Cinema Club used to joke that there will never be a special edition. And we may have done the liner notes for that release, so take that in mind while I talk about this company. But their recent release, I just wanted to highlight, is a little picture called Giant from the Unknown. Now, this is one that I wasn't really familiar with because it fell within the confines of all the other monster films that monster kids like Tom Weaver talk about all the time and that you see released by companies like Shout Factory. And what's notable about this one is that it was made by an independent director, most famous for directing Frankenstein's Daughter, not particularly liked films, but one that would get shared around a lot, often for their camp value. And while Giant from the Unknown falls within that camp of, you know, monster movie, kind of Creature from the Black Lagoon-ish, people that are square-jawed, scientists, reporters, women who exist only to be kidnapped, going around and coming face-to-face with this creature. What's really fun about this one is that the titular giant is an undead, reanimated Conquistador. Yes, you heard right, Conquistador. He's got the little metal hat, he's got the armor, and he has a giant axe, and it's thrown within the context of a straight-faced science fiction horror genre piece. So, I wouldn't say this movie's great. It's kind of the stuff that you would often see on, you know, Mystery Science Theater 3000, which oddly this one never appeared on, but it's weird enough, and the fact that it was made independently, that really caught my attention. And this special edition from Film Detective is one of those releases that I see and go, well, I gotta pick it up because I want to know what went behind the making of this film. So you got an audio commentary with Tom Weaver, who is the guy when it comes to audio commentaries for this type of monster kid picture. You have a second audio commentary with a co-star in the film who is still alive and speaks very eloquently of his experience on this motion picture. A character that, as he points out, is named Charlie Brown, and in a deleted scene had a dog named Snoopy. That same actor also does an interview. There's also C. Courtney Joyner, one of my favorite genre academics, who does a featurette on the star of this film, who was a Pauvre Row cowboy, who kind of transferred into making some Hollywood films in like bit parts. And you also have a booklet, the true sign of a great special edition Blu-ray, and it's all green, just like the theme of the film. Now, Film Detective, I love that they started to do this, that they've realized that the boutique market of collectors is bigger than it has ever been, and that non-marquee or cult titles, or ones that like Giant from the Unknown, people kind of know, but it doesn't necessarily have big super fans, have an audience of people that will check it out, like me. And I mean, hopefully the weirdness of the film made you just want to go seek it out, knowing it's not great, but you will never forget it. This is the kind of film that if you had caught it on television on a Sunday at like 1 p.m. and you just caught a glimpse of it, not knowing what it would haunt you for the rest of your life, because you're like, there was a film and there was a Spanish Conquistador, but it was also like Creature of the Black Lagoon? These are the kind of weird films that I love are suddenly getting this kind of attention. And if you want to hear me talk more about odd Blu-rays, or specifically every Blu-ray that comes out every week, check out the Bay Street Video podcast. You can find the link below, where me and Mark Hansen, the product manager of a brick and mortar video store, talk about every new Blu-ray and DVD release that arrive every week. And also please subscribe to this channel for more recommendations and just talks about all sorts of movies. Thank you very much for watching.